Hello, everyone. Again, one more time, as I'm admitting new people in the meeting room, if you would like to mute yourself, show off your face so we can talk a little bit while we wait for others to join, that would be super nice. I would love to hear where you're from, the languages that you speak, so I can get to know you a little bit better. Would anyone like to volunteer?
Hi.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
I'm gonna turn on my camera. Hello.
How are you?
So my name is Benita. I am from Lithuania, and currently I'm writing my thesis and finishing university. Yeah. So I'm located in Barcelona right now.
Okay. How do
Yeah,
you
but
like it here? I'm in Barcelona as well.
oh, that's nice. Yeah, so I speak Lithuanian, English, a bit of Russian, and currently I'm learning Spanish as well.
All right. How is that going for you?
I mean, before coming to Spain, everyone was telling me, oh, it's a very easy language to learn, but not for me.
Not really.
Not really.
But hopefully you're not demotivated.
Yeah, I am motivated.
Perfect. And what are you studying at the moment? You said you're writing your thesis?
Yeah, I'm studying sports management.
Awesome.
Yeah, so, and currently, of course, looking for jobs and everything, so in the process.
And what school are you going to?
I'm going to Geneva Business School.
Geneva. Awesome.
Yeah.
I know where you went. Good one.
It is.
How long have you been here in Barcelona for?
This is my 3rd year, but because of Corona, I spent a year and a half back in Lithuania, and I only came like this autumn. So I kind of feel like it's a new beginning for me after a long break, but I'm excited to be here. Yes.
Well, thank you so much for introducing yourself. We're happy to have you. And hopefully this workshop is useful. Yeah. And I'd love to hear more, hopefully, of your interaction during this workshop. Would anyone else like to introduce themselves? Oh, I see someone here in the chat saying hello from Romania at work, but listening to the discussion. Awesome. Happy to have you as well. Paula as well from Spain, speaks English, Spanish, and Italian. Impressive as well. Who else? Jamila, is that how you pronounce your name?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. You're in Canada at the moment, speaks English, studied international business. Great. Amazing. So I see a lot of you are looking for opportunities, right? So we'll be waiting a few more minutes if that's okay. We have 27 people now in the room, just so we wait a little bit more before we start. It is a short workshop, but hopefully with the key points, you guys are going to be able to create a very interesting and successful elevator pitch out of it. So if we can wait a little bit more, I would love to hear a little bit from you. Any tips for someone who wants to learn Dutch? Anyone that's Dutch here that speaks Dutch in the room? Joanna, you know, I think I pronounced your name correctly. That's not an easy language to learn. It is very close to German, and German is also a tough language. But I'm guessing from all of the language speakers here, and even Benita now learning Spanish, I guess what it takes to learn a new language is a lot of practice. A lot of practice. All right, we'll be waiting 2 more minutes and then we can start. Would anyone else like to share a little bit more about themselves before? Here you go, we have some suggestions in the chat. What about Steven or Sherry, Ingrid? Would you guys like to introduce yourself? Ah, Nicholas. I see your introduction, perfect. Miriam as well. If you guys would like to unmute yourselves and introduce you, that would be great.
Hi guys, this is Sherry. I'm currently based in Düsseldorf in Germany. I actually just started my MBA studies with one of the business schools here in Germany. And yeah, I'm quite excited to know more about, how the job market in Europe works, I guess, in general. Yeah.
Perfect. What's university are you going to?
WHU, WHU.
Yes. Perfect. And where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from Beijing, and I have been a business journalist for 6 years before I came here. So
That's great experience.
yes, thank you.
Happy to have you.
Thank you.
I see Anna as well here saying she's a translator, speaks English, French, Spanish, Historian, currently looking for a job. Perfect. You guys came to the right place. All right then. So I'm going to share my screen. If you guys can let me know if you can see it, that would be great. So, oops, just one second. Okay. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So how to impress to get a job, right? This is a very interesting topic in my opinion. It's something that I would have liked to know a little bit more when I was in university or even before graduating. But before we start, I wanted to let you know that this is a workshop as part of the Graduate Job Hunt. So the Graduate Job Hunt is an event, a 2 weeks event actually, that happens every year, and it's being hosted by europelanguagejobs, which is the company that I work for. I'm going to introduce the company in a little bit, but the Graduate Job Hunt itself is a 2-week event where we host many different workshops as this one. The next ones I'm going to let you guys know a little bit later. And they aim to help students and recent graduates in landing a job after graduation. So that's why the topics are very specific, and they aim to assist you in this process. So before I begin as well, I would like to thank our sponsors for the event, which are Teleperformance Greece, Fujitsu, Saito Portugal, Major Ireland, Tech Data, and Amway. I'm going to be sharing some more information about their offers later as well. And as I promised, for those of you who do not know us, Europe Language Jobs is the main job board for multilinguals in Europe. So what does that mean? Like all of you guys, from what I heard, you speak more than one language. You are already an expat. You're located in a foreign country and you're looking for a position with your native languages. So this is exactly what we offer. So we are the bridge between companies looking for those types of opportunities, for those types of candidates. And at the same time, we're reaching out to applicants and people like you, super talented, looking for opportunities in a foreign land. So what can we expect from the session today? Today's agenda will cover what makes a good elevator pitch, what to include in your pitch, and of course, some Q&As as well. So, creating your elevator pitch. So who here knows exactly what is an elevator pitch and what are they useful for? Who would like to volunteer to quickly give me a brief definition? If you can unmute yourself, that would be great.
Hi.
Go ahead.
So elevator speech is a short introduction or just a summary of who you are or what your expectations are from finding a job, depending if it's sales, if it's for recruitment. Just a basically summary of your strengths and what you can bring to the table for a new job.
Perfect, exactly. And how long should that be usually?
Not too long, around a minute, I guess, or two, depending on what's at stake, I guess, depending also on industry.
Exactly. And why is that? Why can it not be too long?
Because it has to grab attention and want people to ask you more questions and be invested in getting to know you. It should be an appetizer for a main dish.
Perfect. Where are you from?
I'm Polish, but I live in Belgium and I'm a recruiter. So that's, I guess, why I
There
should
you
know this much.
go. That's why you know so much. Anyone else would like to add to it? I'm guessing after you said that you're a recruiter, no one else will. No one else will add information, but that's perfect. Thanks so much for sharing this. Exactly. So the name of the elevator pitch obviously came, as you guys can see in the picture, in an elevator. Why? Because it has to be short, exactly like Maxim. I guess I'm saying it, pronouncing it correctly. But
Very correctly.
awesome. So this is exactly what it is. What's the goal of an elevator pitch, right? Is to grab the attention. It has to be quick. So what is it that you can bring to the table? So what does an elevator pitch should include? So you should obviously say who you are. You have to introduce your name, right? And then you have to state some of your soft and some of your hard skills. I don't really like the word soft, but you could use also transferable skills. And what are they normally? They can be communication skills, they can be teamwork, they can be critical thinking, they can be time management, problem solving. Those are some examples of soft skills. And what about hard skills? Hard skills, they are normally related towards like a degree, or in this case, a language. If you speak more than one, it can also be computer skills. It can be like for translators, for instance, typing speed, or even analytical skills and writing skills, right? And then normally you have to mention within those 30 seconds your objectives. So what is it that you aim to achieve with this elevator pitch, with this introduction? And then explain why you want to be in this case, because we're talking about the elevator pitch in order to land a job, right? Or introduce yourself to a company. So explain why you want to be a part of this company. What is it that makes this company so special to you? What is it? Why is it that you want to work for them? How do you match your values to the company's values? And then differentiate yourself from the crowd. So what makes you special? Why should the company pay attention to you? What is it that you bring to the table? What experiences have you been through? What is it that what kind of asset can you be to this team, usually an international team? So this is usually what an elevator pitch should and can include, because if you include more, it will be obviously longer. And this is the amount of time that you have normally to grab a recruiter's attention. So here is a simple example, and this is leading towards a specific position, but it can be changed. Would anyone like to read that for me, please? Can anyone just read that paragraph for me?
Yeah, I can do that. We all know that when a client contacts a company for assistance, the first impression is the last impression. I'm Tanha Meyer, and I'm passionate about the power communication has on businesses and their development, which is why I'd love to become the part of the team empowered to make this impact possible. Additionally, I believe my educational background and language skills can definitely be an asset in succeeding this role.
Thank you so much, Benita. So you guys that heard now this example, it's of course a very generic example. It wasn't based to a specific job offer, but it does have a lot of the topics that we just mentioned, right? So who would like to comment on it a little bit?
I want to comment a bit. I think that is a bit too broad, like what kind of background or what kind of language. I think he just didn't mention that.
Thank you. Thank you. It is indeed very broad, because obviously in this case, we don't have a specific job offer, right, to be leaning towards, but that's correct. It is broad. Anyone else would like to add anything? So here, the idea is that the first sentence is a different sentence, no? a sentence that would grab the recruiter's attention for a specific position. So in this case, this is an elevator pitch for a person applying for customer service. So when they say, we all know that when a client contacts a company for assistance, the first impression is the last impression. So this is a sentence saying, I know the importance of communication and the company's image to our clients. And I know how important that is. That's why, and then she starts to introduce herself. So this is also an example to mention that it's okay to be creative and that you can start your elevator pitch with something that you believe that would catch the recruiter's attention in this sense. Now, it is very normal to be a little bit shy when it comes to introducing yourself, because a lot of the times we don't want to seem like we are bragging right about ourselves. But this is your chance indeed to be able to show the recruiter what is it that you can do, what is it that you're capable of, and show literally your best cards. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a specific video. It is part of a movie, actually, and I believe that most of you have seen the Devil Wears Prada. So let me know if you cannot hear it correctly. And this is going to be an exercise, and I want you to pay attention to what, let's say in this case, the recruiter is saying and the interviewer is saying, because we're going to think about it a little bit and then we're going to comment it together, okay? So here's the video.
Who are you?
My name is Andy Sachs. I recently graduated from Northwestern University.
And what are you doing here?
Well, I think I could do a good job as your assistant. And, yeah, I came to New York to be a journalist and sent letters out everywhere, and then finally got a call from Elias Clark and met with Sherry up at Human Resources, and basically it's this or Auto Universe.
So you don't read Runway?
No.
And before today, you had never heard of me?
No.
And you have no style or sense of fashion?
Well, I think that depends on what you're...
No. That wasn't a question.
I was editor-in-chief of the Daily Northwestern. I also won a national competition for college journalists with my series on the Janitors Union, which exposed the exploitation of... Yeah, okay. You're right. I don't fit in here. I am not skinny or glamorous, and I don't know that much about fashion, but I'm smart. I learn fast, and I will work very hard.
I've got the exclusive on the Cavalli for Gwyneth. But the problem is, with that huge feathered headdress that she's wearing, she looks like she's working the main stage at the Golden Nugget.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for your time.
Who is that sad little person? Are we doing it before?
All right, so what is it that you guys think about this approach, about this elevator pitch?
I just want to say, first of all, never work for someone who treats you like this on the interview. That's already a bad environment to
That's
work
a
for.
great point. Great point, Maxim. Exactly. Great point. Mm-hmm. But apart from that, what else?
May I?
Of course.
Hi, I'm Troy. So
Hello.
I think what I felt, she did not show her interest in the job and did not do like enough background research per se for the job she was applying. She talked about some of her skills and achievement that might not be fit for the job, like the present job that she's applying to. That's what I thought.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That is true. That is 100% true. So not so much interest, right? She mentioned some things about her, but also how did she mention them? Was she excited? Was she giving examples? How did she, treat that information, right? Anyone else notice anything different? There are many other points to touch base here. Anyone else notice something?
I would say another thing,
Of course.
if nobody says, I also felt like it's about confidence, and she was not confident on the position. She was underconfident, and that was another point. I think it resonated to me. Like I would not be like that if I could not be underconfident.
Okay. How do you work on that? How do you work on confidence?
I mean, it's
Sorry.
somebody else.
Go ahead, Miriam. Mariam, I think you raised your hand.
I'm Zuan. I don't know whether you are
Okay.
Okay. Yes, and actually related to the last answer about the confidence, I think that there should be the dress code. I mean, like from where she's dressing, I think that it's not that very suitable to just in a not very confident way, maybe.
Okay. I think I see your point here. I think that perhaps her dress code didn't match the specific company, right? Why? Because it is not whatever company, it is a fashion magazine, right? So if she wants to work for the CEO of the magazine, perhaps she would dress a little bit differently, right? But just in this specific case. But apart from that, what else? Apart from the confidence, apart from not showing so much interest, apart from only showing some of her skills, what else?
Body language.
Body language, right? That too. She almost walked in there like she was begging for a job, right?
Yeah, the way she held her hands and the way she was speaking, her voice was breaking. That already takes a position of power from you. And I'm not saying that this is a fight for power here, but you have to show that you came prepared and at least you know what you want from that job. It's not always about not having experience in that industry, because you don't have to have experience to change. You, as you said, there are transferable skills that could be good. She's smart, she learns quickly, but she should be confident about that. She got the knowledge about what this job is about, and although she didn't do it before, she has so many amazing skills that she can bring to the table.
Exactly.
And body language should show. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Maxim. Exactly that too. 100%. Body language speaks a lot. Apart from that, she obviously didn't also do a lot of research on the company, right? So Maxim, you're a recruiter. When someone is going to be interviewed by you and you ask, okay, tell me a little bit about what did you like about our company? And they're like, actually, I don't know much about your company. I applied to all of the others that I wanted to, but not all of them rejected me. And you were my last option. What is it that, what can you possibly say to a candidate that says that?
First of all, I just wanted to say that I don't think that she was not very prepared. We didn't have a chance to say that because she was crushed at everything that she was saying. So I think she might have been prepared, but the boss was not very welcoming, but she was also didn't have confidence. So those two things together didn't even allow her to show if she was prepared. What I do, I definitely always try with a very empathetic, but also very direct way to say, that this is a very important part. And when I think that it's a no, I always try to say that in the beginning, because I am not afraid of saying this is nothing bad. And I try to give also, since I'm also a coach, I try to coach people for the future to know that, it's very important to know something about the company, not everything. Of course, if you interview for different companies, it's impossible to know everything, but at least to throw one or two facts in the conversation on purpose to try to put it, to show me like, oh yeah, he knows where we were created, or oh yeah, she knows when, how many business lines we have. Those are basic information that you prepare, or you can utilize it as a part of the questions that you have. It's like, I heard you have 4 business lines, but you're preparing for the 5th one. Can you tell me more about that? That's already like tickling the ego of every recruiter or every hiring manager. It's like, okay, she or he prepared for that. That's good. Or at least she doesn't know about it, but she's eager to learn. So she knows that there are things happening. So, but I always say very honestly, like, look, you should have learned a little bit more about a company to show interest, because you're not only applying for a job, but also for company culture, for values, for everything that we represent.
Thank you so much. Hope you guys also thought this was very valuable. Thank you, Maxim. Would anyone else like to have or make any comments? If not, it's okay. Now we have some other videos, and then soon we're going to have a fun part. So the next examples, they are elevator pitches as well, but not necessarily only for a job, or also if you meet someone and you want to network with them and you don't know if they have a job open or if they have a specific position available for you. But those are also examples that could possibly help you during your life. So we have 3 videos. So I'm going to ask you guys to pay attention to them, because at the end, I'm going to give you guys around 5 to 7 minutes to create your own elevator pitch here based on what we've learned so far. And then I'm going to pick some volunteers to present. So here's the first video.
Hello, my name is James Hermson, and I'm a senior at Misericordia University, studying business administration and set to graduate later in the semester. Last summer, I had the privilege of interning at Waste Management as a customer experience intern, and dealt directly with customers and vendors to make sure that their needs were met on time and as soon as possible. This experience helped me grow my customer relationship skills, as well as firsthand showed me how a successful business model works at full efficiency. I am currently seeking a position in the sales and marketing field, and your company seemed like a perfect fit. Anyways, I would love to talk to you more about your company in the future. Is there any chance you might have a business card with you I could follow up on?
So this video was a little bit more leaning towards networking, right? So let's see now the second video.
Hello, my name is Andrea Fitzer. I am studying marketing at the University of Texas at Dallas. I am a member of the American Marketing Association and Alpha Kappa Psi, both of which are dedicated to shaping future business leaders. I hope to incorporate my business knowledge into consumer trend analysis and strengthening relationships among consumers as well as other companies. I am savvy, social, and principled, and have exquisite interpersonal communication skills. I know that I can be an asset in any company and/or situation, and I hope that you will consider me for an internship or job opportunity. Thank you so much.
This was a very generic one, but so you guys can see that she mentioned her name, where she studied, her objectives, right? A little bit of her skills. And here is the last example.
So my name is Gina Kim. I'm a junior in the SFS studying international economics and with minoring in Spanish. I am currently with a development certificate, so that's what I'm really interested in. I came into college and picked economics because to me, I just think economics is a really interesting study of how individual decisions kind of congregate and aggregate to make a group dynamic, but people feel like they don't have control over that group, and they really don't. But they're also everyday decisions that they make are helping to make that group decision and that group dynamic. So I think that that really intrigues me, and how that works is something I've been really interested in studying, and how that applies to development and how that applies to bettering the world is stuff that I've been really interested in through my work at Innovo Consulting, which is a consulting group on campus. We do different projects throughout every semester to help nonprofits, startups, and socially based entrepreneurs to really kind of grow their business. And so that's what I've been really interested in, is just thinking about startups and thinking about how group dynamics can help people grow. And that's why I'm interested in interviewing for HR as well as consulting positions.
All right, guys, so that was the last video. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to give you guys 5 to 7 minutes. Remember to keep it short. Whenever you introduce yourself to everyone in the group, speak calmly and clearly. And if you have any questions, meanwhile, while you're creating your elevator pitch right now, let me know, raise your hand or just write down in the chat. And yeah, so I'm going to mute myself now, and give you guys some time to create your own pitch. All right, guys, I think Anna is already ready and would like to start. Is that correct?
Yeah, I can give it a try.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Okay. Hi, I'm Ana. I'm a Spanish content specialist, translator, and proofreader. My specialty is translating from English and Dutch into Spanish. And basically, I help international companies based in the Netherlands that want to expand into Spanish-speaking countries through content creation, be it text, video, or audio. I also have experience in web editing, marketing strategies, social media, customer support, and training. If you want to know more about me, look for me on LinkedIn as Anna K Media Services, the Netherlands.
All right, thank you, Anna. Before I give you some feedback, does anyone have any insights for Anna?
Well, I think she can add some more bullet points in, um, like she was saying about she is translating from French to English.
Dutch and English to Spanish.
Okay, and English to Spanish. So maybe you can add some more points as well.
Okay.
Or be more clear, maybe. Or,
Yeah, be more clear.
Okay.
So Anna, you mentioned your name and you mentioned your experience, you mentioned your market. So I'm guessing, right, from your elevator pitch that you're interested in continuing working in this position, right? Maybe that's something that you can emphasize, like I'm looking for this and that. And then something that I didn't hear was, why are you passionate about it, or what made you choose this, or what are some maybe transferable skills that allow you to be so good at what you do?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I should I should add, so why I'm passionate about languages. Yeah,
you're passionate about it, and if you don't want to say why you're passionate, why is it that you chose this? Why are you so good at it? What traits do you have that make you so good at what you do?
Yeah, I will think on that. But I guess, yeah, people just search for me whenever they want to be sure that they are doing, they are saying things correctly, or they want to
you see,
yeah,
so
sure.
you're viewed, so
yeah.
from your clients, you're being viewed as a reliable source from what I hear, right? So you're the first, you're the go-to whenever someone has needs the service, right? So maybe you can emphasize or add specific feedback from your clients in there.
That's a good idea. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you, Anna, for sharing. Does anyone else, anyone else would like to share their own elevator pitch?
I can try.
Go ahead.
Yes, so hello, my name is Benita. I'm 21 years old and currently I'm a last semester student in business administration with a major in sports management and marketing. And I'm going to Geneva Business School. And last autumn, I had a chance to participate in FIFA Futsal World Cup 2021 and work as a marketing coordinator and merchandising manager, alongside with the professionals from the field. And all I can say that it was an invaluable opportunity to gain a lot of experience in such a short time and learn from the best. And this is actually one of the main reasons why I chose to focus and continue my development in this field. And in addition to that, I'm a fast learner and I'm skilled at project management, problem solving, and collaboration and teamwork. I understand the value of time management and clear communication. And I also see emerging challenges as opportunities, not problems. My adaptability allows me to work in many different environments, in addition to speaking with people from various backgrounds. And I believe that through these personal qualities, I would contribute to the growth and development of your company and would bring added value to this organization.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so maybe one thing, the thing that caught my attention after you mentioned what you studied, the valuable opportunity that you have had in FIFA, right? And all of these good traits, maybe I'm missing now a call to action. So like this is why, or like when you were saying, I think I could be something like a good asset for your company. Okay, maybe there's something that you can make it a little bit like more highlighted. So to be like, okay, like we need her, you know?
Okay.
like in that sense, like a sentence, like a closing sentence that's a little bit more, not aggressive, but a little bit more assertive.
Okay.
Right?
Thank
Because
you.
I think you mentioned very interesting things in there. What do you guys think?
Can I?
Of course.
So I think that it was a very good elevator pitch, to be honest. However, let's not forget that when there is an interview, it will not be written and you will not have a piece of paper. So first of all, never ever learn it by heart, because you're gonna at some point forget one word and you're done. The stress is too much, you know, in the interviews. So I feel, however, it was a little bit too much information. It was very rushed and I had issues processing all that. And just to what you said, Erica, before, I think that if she started actually saying, and what would bring asset from my experience to this company is, and then you have my attention, because, okay, she's going to be talking about why I need her. Instead of saying that at the end, like saying, I'm this, and that's what will bring good to your company. Because then, for example, I'm not very focused. And then I hear the sentence like, oh, damn, I didn't hear what she said. So, you know, just making like an introduction that now I'm going to be telling you why you need me. Just a small thing that can twitch a little bit and segue your attention to the right space.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think.
Thank you, Maxine.
Was...
Thank you for adding. Thank you, Benita, for volunteering as well. Hopefully that will allow you to improve it a little bit. Would anyone else like to share their elevator pitch? We're almost, well, we're actually past the time already, but that's okay. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. We have time for one more person to volunteer.
Can I have a try? Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Sorry, maybe there's another one who wants to try. Okay.
You can go ahead. It's fine.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, hello, my name is Ziwen Chen. Currently, I am a Master of Law student at KU Leuven, and my subject is about EU and international business law. I am a self-driven and pragmatic and reliable legal professional with Chinese lawyer license. Before my current education, I worked for more than 4 years as a commercial lawyer in China, providing risk identification and control, as well as legal advisory service to both public and private sectors. And by the way, I am very passionate on sustainable finance, and now my thesis also focuses on the regulations of sustainable finance, because I believe that integrating sustainability into the decision-making process of investment is a very useful way to promote sustainable development. So I think that I'm looking for some job combining these two elements, namely the regulations and sustainable finance. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for presenting your elevator pitch. I understand it's a little bit more difficult to make this very specific because you're not at this very moment applying to a specific position or company, right? That's why you said, I'm looking for a job in this area. And I'm guessing that, I'm sure actually that this is the part that will, let's say, seal your package, right? Because you mentioned everything. You mentioned your name, you mentioned what you studied, you mentioned your transferable skills, your hard skills. You already have experience in the field. You mentioned that you're passionate about something very specific, right? Sustainable finance and regulation, which is something you're also studying. So that proves and that gives some background and base and foundation towards this passion. So what I believe will be the selling point at the end to conclude would also be, as I was mentioning to Benita now, the call to action, right? So why is it that you're applying to this specific company that you will be applying to in the future? Would anyone else like to share their insights here?
Thank you very much.
One last thing, if I may. I'm so sorry that I'm like taking the time. Is it okay that I add one advice? One piece of advice for everyone, guys. It's always good to add some numbers. People love data. Like I have 2 years of experience in this, out of which one is in the specific industry, or I've studied for 5 years, or I had an internship of 6 months, something that can just ground it into like, okay, that's a solid experience. That's it. Sorry.
No, thank you so much. So actually, while you share that, maybe it will be interesting for them to know out of someone that works in recruitment, right? So why are numbers so important in this case? Maybe share that with them.
We are generally in the world of data, and where numbers help. We are so overstimulated, stimulated by everything in the world, that when we hear so much information from left and right, back and front, this is what helps you really settle into what kind of, like, for example, experience you need from 5 to 10. If someone tells you they have 7 years of experience, that directly puts them in the bag of, like, that this person will bring enough of expertise having that years of experience. And when you add like 3 of this was in this country, 3 in this country, then you build the resume in your head of that person based on numbers only, that the person is international, that the person studied long time to get expertise in that. So this grabs attention. It's just mentally and psychologically proven that people hearing numbers are even people who are not that very analytical are easier to understand something that is in the air, because when you have a piece of paper, it's easy to read, you can come back to it, but when you hear someone, it's so easy to lose information, so that's why that sticks.
Maxine, sorry to interrupt you. This is the graduate job hunt, right? So let's say we have many now students that haven't graduated yet or are about to graduate, and they don't have much experience. And so presenting some sort of numbers in this case are not usually, let's say they're not going to be able to say I have 5 years of experience in marketing or 3 years in business. So what would impress you in this situation?
For example, grades, or saying what kind of school they finished. Maybe they did a kind of an Erasmus program that shows they're interested internationally, into developing knowledge about different cultures, or exchange programs. I think in America it's like GPA, or like, the average grade, something like this, or how many projects or what kind of project they worked. They're extracurricular, to show that they have interest outside of their comfort zone, which is allegedly, their studies. So something that shows that they are versatile in what they do. That would definitely impress me. Or someone even, I'm pretty special in that, because I think that if people tell me they took a gap year or they didn't pass because they started a company that didn't work out, for me, it's an amazing experience. I would love to hear more, because it shows that they have courage, they are not afraid to try, even if it backfires for some time and it takes them 2 years more to study, still great to try, It's about mindset.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Maxine. I hope this helped all of you guys here coming here today to hear this workshop. We do have to conclude the presentation just because we're way past the time. But before, I'm a little bit curious to hear from you. How is it that you learned about this workshop? So if you guys could please, very quickly before we finish here and I share with you guys some very interesting links, I wanted to know how you heard from us. Very quickly.
From the LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Okay.
Social media.
I just released the poll. So yes, perfect. I see a lot of you from social media, some of you from university, email, Eventbrite. Perfect. All right. Okay, great. I think everyone has voted. All right. Oh, we have 34 people and only 26 voted. Okay. A few more minutes. Okay, so most of you heard this from social media, university, and email. Great to know. Okay. All right, now what I would like to do is I'm going to stop sharing my screen. There we go. Hello, everyone. Happy to see some of you. Hi, Anna. Thank you for sharing your camera with us. I really appreciate that always. And I would like to share here some links where you guys can find some very useful information. And I will explain them to you right now. Some of these links are everyone in the meeting. So the first link is where you guys can register to our platform. It's a free platform where you guys can find jobs across Europe with all of the languages in many sectors. The second one is an email where you guys can ask us questions, whatever questions comes to mind. The third one is in regards to our next workshop as part of this event. It is called How to Write an Eye-Catchy CV workshop. It will be the 23rd, so on Monday at 3 p.m. as well. So same time as this one started, 3 p.m. Barcelona time. And then the 26th, which I believe it's a Thursday, is going to be very, very interesting because we have live interviews with companies. So those of you who are looking for positions, and you told me that you're looking for positions, I believe that this is a very interesting opportunity, especially after practicing the elevator pitch, right? So I think it could be interesting. And then the other links, they are from the companies that are participating in this event that we are hosting at the moment. So those are specific offers that are being released. So I think it'd be an opportunity for you that are looking for jobs around here. So I don't know if you guys have any questions at the moment, but if not, I would like to thank you so much for coming. I hope it was useful, and feel free to email us if you have another question that doesn't come to mind at this very moment.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Benita.
Well, thank you so much for the webinar.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you
Erika.
very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, Erika.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.